Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Jan Lane. Welcome back to Stays in the Mac. Today we are going to be talking about James Bond once again. Just posted up a Bond video. This is the third video of Bond I've done since returning back to the channel. Just because I'm so pushed into the James Bond news at the moment. This isn't the James Bond channel. This is a movie channel. We'll be getting some other movie news very, very soon. But one of the biggest things that I've been wanting to talk about, the reason I came back to this channel to revive it, is because of the James Bond news. So with that being said, let's just jump straight on into the article at hand, which is this. Prime choice Hollywood star set to star in first James Bond spin-off after Amazon's shock takeover. A shock 007 takeover. Yes, they've already started the works of a brand new Bond thing. Who's all that coming? You ready? British actress Florence Pugh is poised to play Miss Moneypenny in a TV spin-off for Amazon's takeover of the Bond franchise. That didn't last long, did it? This was reported on the 21st of Feb, updated on the 22nd. This was actually reported over the weekend, Friday and Saturday. I didn't see this. I was away for both of them days, not been looking at the news. But this is very interesting. British actress Florence Pugh is poised to play Moneypenny in a TV spin-off series from Amazon's takeover of the Bond franchise. The show, titled The Moneypenny Diaries, is set to be the first of many dramas on boss Jeff Bezos' Prime after the deal was struck this week, meaning Amazon has creative control. It's likely to be based on the books of the same name, which are set in the 50s and 60s, meaning it could be a prequel to the movies. It most likely won't be. They're probably going back to the 60s, doing something that way. Florence, 29, joins a list of actresses who have played the role of the MI6 secretary. Louise Maxwell played the character from 1962 to 1985, opposite Sean Connery, George Lazenby and Roger Moore. Caroline Bliss starred as M's secretary when Timothy Dalton was Bond, and Samantha Bond was Moneypenny with Pierce Brosnan. And then, of course, Naomi Harris was... Oh, God, what's it doing? Naomi Harris was most recently the secretary in Daniel Craig's films. The Moneypenny Diaries are a trilogy of novels and 2 short stories published from 2005 to 2008 by Samantha Weinberg under the pseudonym Kate Westbrook, providing a backstory for the character. A TV insider said, depending on your point of view, having the story of such a loved character played by a British actress is either a dream combination or a nightmare. Many Bond fans fear that the Amazon deal will lead to the brand being diluted down with spin-off stories and prequels which diminish the purity of the British icon. The films portrayed a distinct version of the 007 inspired by the character created by Ian Fleming 70 years ago, but this drama most likely be based on a series only penned over the last 2 decades. That has nothing to do with Fleming's creation. Even more worrying is the fact they actually feature Bond himself, which raises the prospects of there being multiple actors playing 007 in different films and shows. Playing Moneypenny is a plum role for Florence, who has starred in films Oppenheimer, Doom Part 2, and Don't Worry Darling. She's also starring like Black Widow. She's got the Thunderbolts coming. But this is a very bold choice, if it's true, by Amazon. So yeah, although she has large shoes to fill, the Oxford-born actress is more British than the woman best known for playing the role Lois Maxwell. Lois, who appeared in the first 14 Bond films, was born and raised in Canada, but went to drama school in London, where she met Roger Moore. Amazon have been approached for a comment, and they haven't responded. I don't know if this is true. They've just gained creative control. But the reason why I was reporting it is because it's one of the first things that we've heard. Even if it's not true, it's one of the very first things that we've heard about Bond. But the article brings up a good question. You know, are they going to be having Bond appear with different actors? You know, a TV Bond and a movie Bond? No. I think that Amazon are being very careful with what they do. Jeff Bezos, when they announced the news, went on X and was like, hey, we've got Bond and we want to do movies. What actor would you like in Bond? They're not going to sit there and hire an actor and then go, right, you're Bond in the movies, we're going to show this Bond in TV. They're not going to do that. The Moneypenny show, I think, that was the first thing that was joked about. And now the fact they've sort of attached an actress to it, you know, I could pick any name, right? You could pick any actress name. You could pick someone, you know. You could say Judi Dench is coming back to play M, you know, in the Moneypenny show. You could say that. But the reason why I think this has a bit of gravity behind it, and, you know, gravitas, where it will lead to major discussions being had, is even if it's not true at the moment, it will be eventually. I'm expecting a lot of things to happen in the upcoming weeks with Bond, where we start getting shows announced, we start getting directors announced, we get some video game news. Of course, they've already got Project 007 in the works. Whether that's been shelved or not, we don't know at this point. You know, it could have been shelved by this point in time. We're going to be getting a lot of Bond, I know that. I think it's a bold choice, Florence Pugh, as Moneypenny. I think it could work. I'd love to see her as Moneypenny. You know, I love the fact, you know, I love that actress. She's very great, very good in what she does. You know, you can't knock her. I'm, of course, best known for her from the Marvel stuff. But she did a film with Andrew Garfield recently, I believe. Like a rom-com and stuff. So I'm very intrigued about that aspect, where we're sitting there, we're looking at this actress who has many accolades and, you know, many movies, many standout performances, but we're looking at her being Moneypenny for a TV show. I wouldn't mind her being Moneypenny. And I wouldn't necessarily mind a TV show. Right? But this is where I think things are going to get wrong very, very quickly. You haven't announced Bond, but there's being leaks at the moment that she's going to be Moneypenny. I don't care if this is, like, let's look at the source behind it, right? You've had The Sun, Daily Mail, GB News, all talking about this. I genuinely think that this is true, actually, now realising there's more people reporting it. I don't know. I'd be interested in a lot of shows based in the Bond world. This one, if it's done in the modern day, and they're bringing Bond into the modern day, because the thing is I'm sat here going, the 60s, yeah, they're great, but we're done with that. You know, we currently have in the world various attacks for cybersecurity. There's wars going on. There's so much Bond could do in today's world. Take Daniel Craig's Bond, for example. I know a lot of people don't like him, but as Bond, I don't know why. I think he brought in the grittiness. I think it's because he was unfamiliar with Bond. But he did a fantastic James Bond of today. And you think you have to compete with Bourne? Well, no, you don't. Bourne ain't been around since 2016, you're saying. There's going to be a new Bourne film. Edward Berger's working on it at the moment. Very talented director. Cannot wait for that film's release. But I'm looking at this now and I'm just thinking, tell us who Bond is, and then have the additional cast come in. Like, are we going to have a Q show? Are we going to have an M show? Are we going to have a... You know a show I'd really love is Spectre. A show about Spectre that goes from 1800 to today, and we see it evolve each episode, right? Do like Spectre over the last 80 years, 100 years, or 200 years, right? And each episode's a different point in time with Spectre, and make it so it's not connected. And do it a bit like there was a show, weren't there? Oh, what was the show called? The one where you could literally watch everything out of sync, episode-wise, except the last one. Do that. where the last episode connects everything to the DNA of Spectre, and it trickles down, and then you find out the leader of Spectre's Blofeld. And that's, and this Blofeld was always the intended. That would be really cool. That would be really fun to watch. Do something like that with like a mystery behind it, or maybe we think it's Blofeld, and the true heir to Spectre hasn't even been born yet. Do something like that. I think doing something where he hasn't been born yet is a bit pointless, but do something like that where fans will care. This Moneypenny show, I think people will care for it. Yeah, but are we going to be jumping into this Moneypenny show, right? Are we going to get her origin, and then at the end of it, she becomes M's secretary, and it's our new Bond at the end walking into the room, saying, and then it goes to Bond and M, and he goes, "I'm ready for my first mission, M," and that's how it starts. Then you have the Bond theme tune go, ba-na-na-na, and then it says James Bond, whatever the movie title is, and that's how you're going to reveal when the movie releases, and that's your reveal for the Bond actor. Great. But also no. I would love to know what their thought process is behind this Moneypenny show. Are they going to be doing the Moneypenny show for one or two reasons? What is their reason behind this? Is what I want to know. And I want to hear your guys' thoughts. Like, do you want? I know spin-offs and things. People be like, "Oh no, I don't want that." But are you intrigued at least by the Moneypenny show? Because there were books on it. Not by Ian Fleming, but it depends when they set them, to be honest. The fact they're saying in the 60s doesn't really get me excited, because we had our Moneypenny for the 60s and 70s and 80s. We've had our Bond for them time periods. Bond is a character that needs to reinvent himself time and time again. There's been 6 legendary actors, 25 epic movies, and 1 outstanding British iconic character. Right? You cannot sit there and say, we are doing this spin-off show and we're going to put Bond back to the 60s. I think if they're going to do it in the 60s, they can call it whatever they want. But if it's modern day, like if it's today's date, they're going to start it. And that's what they're going to set it. You've got to sit there and go, on His Majesty's Secret Service. That's the title you got to use. I don't know where this leaves me with thoughts on this show. I want to hear your thoughts. I want to start engaging with people once more about movies. This is a very interesting topic, and I'd love to talk to you guys about it. So please leave me a comment down below. What do you think of this? Florence Pugh, I love the actress. Great. I'd happily have her as Moneypenny. That's not my issue. It's the show. Does it work as a spin-off Prime series? We knew it was coming. Didn't think it would be that quick, though. But with that being said, I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye for now. As always, stay cinematic. Like, comment, subscribe. Going for 100 subscribers by March 1st. We're at 94. Please help me get there, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye for now. See ya.